evening, everyone. I am Kristen Sobolik, and I have the absolute privilege of serving as the Chancellor of our treasured University of Missouri St. Louis. I'm so thankful that you are joining us tonight for our 30th annual Founders Celebration, an event that honors our university's founding in 1963, celebrates our successes to date, and looks ahead to those to come, and shines a spotlight on our wonderful students, alumni, donors, and friends. We, of course, would love to be celebrating with you in person, but we chose to take precaution over pomp and circumstance. But make no mistake, tonight is a celebration. It is a celebration of you, those who demonstrate time and time again the power of an UMSL education to transform lives and communities. We will honor our latest class of distinguished alumni and thank those who show continued commitment to our mission with membership in our gift societies. We will also present the university's most prestigious award, the E. Desmond and Marianne Lee Award for Philanthropy, to George and Melissa Paz. Especially because of this recognition of George and Melissa, I am pleased that our presenting sponsor for this evening is Express Scripts. We could not be more grateful for their continued generosity and support, which of course extends well beyond tonight's celebration and permeates throughout our campus. Thank you to Express Scripts for the many ways in which you lift up our university community. With tonight's theme of Rise Up for St. Louis, I first want to share that UMSL is a university on the rise. Last month, the 2022 U.S. News & World Report national rankings confirmed what we already knew. UMSL is the real deal. We were again included in the Tier 1 National University category and rose an unprecedented 42 spots in the overall rankings over the last 2 years. And as a public institution, we now rank number 118, climbing 8 spots this last year alone. We also broke last year's record to earn our highest ever total score in the 17 measures U.S. News uses to inform its rankings. And I am proud to share that we have retained our ranking among the nation's top performers for social mobility for the 3rd straight year since the rankings were established. This measure highlights how well universities have graduated students who receive federal Pell Grants. I share these rankings, one, because we are so proud that our efforts are being recognized nationally, and two, because these rankings are based largely on student outcomes. And this is where UMSL, with your help, shines. Our student outcomes include top in the nation retention and graduation rates among our peer public urban universities. This is because of the strong support systems they have, from caring faculty and staff to comprehensive academic support services. And it is absolutely tied to their ability to obtain the financial assistance needed to help them succeed and finish their degrees. Over the past 3 years alone, our alumni, friends, and supporters have established nearly 100 new scholarships to aid our students along their educational and life journeys. What an amazing legacy to share, to know that you have helped a student reach their dream of earning an UMSL degree. Among those new scholarships is the Rise Up Scholarship, which my husband, Dr. Scott Peterson, and I established this year to support UMSL students who are on the financial aid margins, those just shy of qualifying for Pell Grant or merit-based aid. These are the students who are more often than not working multiple jobs to provide for themselves and many times family members, all while trying to balance the demands and investments required to reach their goals. Scott and I wanted to help these students just like so many of you already have. And we are honored that donations from tonight's celebration will support this scholarship to benefit our UMSL students. I always make it a point to talk with students as I meet up with them throughout the day. Sometimes I ask if they have received a scholarship, and if so, what it meant to them. Asking those two questions unlocks a lot, and I begin to hear firsthand the individual stories of our students, see their drive to succeed, and always hear a heartfelt appreciation for those who have helped them along the way. To showcase the amazing impact that your generosity builds, I'd like to share a video that highlights just a few of our outstanding UMSL students who are benefiting and moving forward with your support and encouragement.
The scholarship means a lot to me. It's showing me that someone really believes in what I do, someone putting their money, their value into my education, and it allows me to really just put in a lot of work. It influences me a ton. It makes me want to work hard. Every time I go to class, I remember there's someone who put their money into me being in this class, and so definitely makes me want to work harder and get better grades.
The scholarship meant a lot to me, especially when I was looking at colleges. The first thing that I was considering was finances. I came from a family of immigrants, so just like paying for school was not an option for my mom. And when I got the opportunity scholarship, I took it right then and there and decided I was going to go to UMSL.
The scholarship helps me a lot because my parents couldn't afford to take me to school. So with that scholarship, I was able to come to UMSL. Also, I got to live on campus. It pays for everything. I get to live on campus and participate in the organizations, everything that life on campus offers to you.
The scholarship has allowed me the opportunity to really dive into my passion for service and altruism. Ever since I was in 5th grade, I've been extremely passionate about organizing volunteer experiences that are accessible to students of all ages. And thanks to the contributions, I am able to focus all my energy on that outside of school.
This scholarship actually means the world to me, and it's influenced my time here at UMSL quite a bit, as it's given me the security that I won't graduate after 4 years with a very large amount of debt.
This scholarship means a lot to me. I have gained a relationship with my scholarship donor that I find very helpful. I get mentored by her a lot. I speak with her on a regular basis.
This scholarship actually means a lot to me because it has helped pay for my books so that I am able to work less outside of school and focus more on my GPA.
This scholarship means a lot to me. Obviously with college there's a big aspect of affordability and finances, and this scholarship has lifted a weight off my shoulders in terms of financial burden.
I want to say a very big thank you to Edward Jones for their being able to provide this scholarship. It means quite a lot to me, and I'm sure it means the world to many other students as well. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to thank Barbara Combe for her generosity and the impact her scholarship has made on my life here at UMSL.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, George and Melissa Paz.
What amazing students to hear from. Thank you for ensuring that they are successful because, as I said in my annual State of the University address, successful students become successful alumni. And as I share time and time again, no other institution does more to educate and graduate students from St. Louis who stay in St. Louis. At more than 75,000 strong, we have the largest alumni base in the region. They are our community and business leaders, educators and nurses, scientists and researchers, accountants, social workers, engineers, optometrists, and much more. And we are very proud of the impact that our alumni network makes every single day in our own backyard. Collectively, they are rising up St. Louis in small and large ways and absolutely meaningful ways. And their reach doesn't stop here as our talented alumni network extends throughout the nation and world. Tonight, we'll hear from just a few of them. But before we introduce our 2021 Distinguished Alumni, I would like to take a moment to share that we have officially renamed the Pierre Laclede Society to the Good Society in honor of both Wayne and Jane Good for their incredible legacy that quite literally established the University of Missouri St. Louis. Sadly, last year at this time, Wayne passed away after a hard-fought battle with leukemia at age 83. Wayne, of course, is known as the founder of the University of Missouri St. Louis. He attended public schools here in Normandy in his youth and went on to proudly serve in the Missouri House of Representatives, representing North St. Louis County for 11 consecutive terms before being elected to represent the region in the Missouri State Senate. Shortly upon entering his first year in politics, he introduced House Bill 153, a 78-word piece of legislation that set the course to establish the University of Missouri St. Louis as Eastern Missouri's only four-year public research university. Since our university's founding in 1963, Wayne and his wife of 57 years, Jane, who survives him, have been constant supporters and champions for our university. From humble beginnings, they have ensured that UMSL continued to be a university on the rise, and we are thrilled to rename our annual Giving Society in honor of their legacy. We are also taking this opportunity to rename the Auguste Chateau Society to the Chancellor's Circle. Since day one, and as I continue to engage with our alumni, friends, donors, business leaders, government officials, and more, I continue to see concentric circles that intersect with UMSL. Everywhere I look, everywhere I go, there is an UMSL connection that again and again centers around our ability to transform lives, whether through educational and training programs, research and discovery, or community service and engagement. The UMSL connection is real. It centers around our purpose, our mission, and our enduring impact. To celebrate those incredible individuals and organizations who have given commitments of $100,000 or more to support our future, we want you to know that you're in our UMSL circle, our Chancellor's Circle. And we couldn't be prouder of your commitment to UMSL and our students. Thank you for your continued support. As we celebrate our outstanding alumni and fantastic supporters tonight, remember that UMSL is an institution of opportunity, one that provides a world-class education while giving students the tools and supports they need to succeed in their educational career and life paths. The education students receive here is foundational as they go out to create lasting change in the world. Again, we thank you for joining us this evening and for everything you do to rise up our university, our students, and our communities. Now, please join me in welcoming Associate Vice Chancellor of Alumni Engagement and Annual Giving, Jennifer Jezik-Tausig, to introduce this year's class of Distinguished Alumni.
Thank you, Chancellor. The UMSL Alumni Association counts 108,244 graduates worldwide, and as Kristen mentioned, boasts the largest alumni network in the St. Louis region. We're also proud of our 30,000 plus alumni living outside of the metro area, and welcome many of them virtually this evening, from DC, Illinois, Florida, Texas, Colorado, and California. Last year, during the Founders Celebration, we unveiled the Alumni Association's new recognition program, the Trident Awards, that are presented annually in 3 categories: Distinguished Alumni, Gold; Excellence in Leadership, Silver; and Outstanding Volunteerism, Bronze. We've already started to see Trident pens showing up on alumni lapels during events. Nearly 170 alumni sport the gold Trident pen, and tonight it is my honor to introduce the newest class of Distinguished Alumni who will proudly wear theirs. Dr. Melanie Adams. Dr. Melanie Adams is the director of the Anacostia Community Museum, which is part of the Smithsonian Institution. She earned her PhD in Educational Leadership and Policy from UMSL in 2014. During the past 2 years, she has invigorated the Anacostia Community Museum in its mission to tell the story of Black Americans in Greater Washington, D.C., and throughout the United States. You might recognize her name from the Missouri History Museum, where she oversaw more than 700 community programs annually as the managing director of community education and events for 11 years. She's also been president of the Association of Midwest Museums and spent 9 years on the Special Administrative Board of the St. Louis Public Schools, where she helped the district regain accreditation. Melanie joins us tonight from Washington, D.C. Dr. Rajiv Banavalli. Dr. Rajiv Banavalli is the Senior Vice President of Science and Innovation at West Rock Corporation, a $9 billion leader in paper and packaging with 320 manufacturing facilities in 11 countries. At West Rock, he leads a team looking to create more environmentally sustainable products, breakthrough packaging designs, and the digitalization of packaging. He earned his PhD in organic chemistry from UMSL in 1985. His remarkable career includes success as both a scientist and a manager, and includes 50 patents and senior positions at 4 global corporations. Since 2007, he has served on the Dean's Leadership Council for the UMSL College of Arts and Sciences. He has a special fondness for UMSL as part of his life's journey from a small village in India to a successful career as a chemist, and because he met his wife Mary Susan at UMSL. The Banavallis join us tonight from Atlanta, Georgia. Dr. Jennifer Kobina. Dr. Jennifer Kobina is an associate professor in the School of Criminal Justice at Michigan State University. At UMSL, she earned her master's degree in 2006 and her PhD in 2009, both in criminology and criminal justice. Her research examines the intersection of race, gender, and crime, as well as public response to police use of force. She also focuses on the issues of corrections, prisoner reentry, and the understanding of recidivism among recently released female offenders. She interviewed nearly 200 residents of Ferguson and Baltimore about the police killings of Michael Brown and Freddie Gray in researching and writing her 2019 book, Hands Up, Don't Shoot: Why the Protests in Ferguson and Baltimore Matter and How They Changed America. As part of the nonprofit research organization CNA Project on American Justice, she works with national leaders to create actionable advice and explore creative solutions to improve current law enforcement issues. In 2018, she was invited to give a congressional briefing on Capitol Hill about the experiences of women in the correctional system. Jennifer joins us this evening from East Lansing, Michigan. Dr. Patricia Hendrickson. Dr. Patricia Hendrickson is the Associate Director of Patient Care at the Veterans Administration St. Louis Medical Center. She earned her Doctor of Nursing practice from UMSL in 2018. At the VA, she is responsible for more than 1,000 employees and is directly responsible for the care of the inpatient, surgical, outpatient, and specialty nursing programs that impact more than 70,000 veterans. During her tenure, the VA St. Louis healthcare system went from being ranked 112th in the entire Veterans Administration to 22nd in patient quality metrics and was given the fastest, most improved designation 2 years in a row. In addition, she has served on the College of Nursing's Leadership Council since 2015 and has helped to develop innovative collaborations with UMSL Nursing and its students. Patty joins us this evening from St. Louis. Amy Hunter. Amy Hunter is the Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at Caleres and is also the principal of Lotus Roots Consulting, LLC. She earned her bachelor's degree in English from UMSL in 1992 and is currently pursuing her Doctor of Education in Social Justice from UMSL's College of Education. She has dedicated her more than 20-year professional career in corporate, nonprofit, education, and healthcare to diversity and inclusion. Previously, Amy led global diversity and inclusion for Boeing Defense and Space. She's also led initiatives at St. Louis Children's Hospital, YWCA Metro St. Louis, Edward Jones, Monsanto, and Bank of America. Aside from her professional work, she is also a leader in the St. Louis community as a voice in Ferguson and St. Louis women's marches. Her Lucky Zip Codes presentation on TEDx continues to gain recognition and has been featured on ABC, CNN, NBC, NPR, and other outlets. In her professional and volunteer pursuits, she strives to create positive change and equality. Amy joins us tonight from St. Louis. And our Outstanding Young Alumni Award recipient this year is Lavelle Monger. Lavelle Monger earned his bachelor's degree in anthropology from UMSL in 2016 and is a partner and director of business development and outreach at RTW Photography in Florida. During his tenure at UMSL, Lavelle was a leader among students and earned the You Make a Difference Award in 2016, presented by the African American Alumni Chapter. He was instrumental in planning the Black History Month presentation of Black in St. Louis. Aside from driving the success of his company as an entrepreneur, he has continued to demonstrate his leadership and commitment to making a difference. During his young career, he has served on the board of the St. Cloud Chamber of Commerce and the Kissimmee-Osceola County Chamber of Commerce, has been a member of the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida, and has been involved in the national organization Peer Forward, Inc. that helps rising high school seniors prepare for college. Lavelle joins us this evening from Orlando, Florida. Please join me in congratulating these distinguished alumni and look for their gold Trident pins when you see them at a future UMSL event. We spoke to this year's honorees about their connections with UMSL. Let's hear what they had to say.
I chose UMSL because of the resources and opportunities that the campus provided with Res Life, Campus Life, student services, as well as student activities.
Sudine Barr was the Dean of the College of Nursing, and as the Chief Nursing Officer here at the VA, we had a community partnership where we host the students from UMSL's nursing school for the clinicals, and that really started my relationship with UMSL.
Turns out a friend of mine had just joined UMSL a year before from India, and he gave me the tip about coming here. And UMSL was the only university that would offer me full teaching assistantship, which was critical financially for me to support my education. And that's how I ended up with UMSL, and it's a happy story.
Well, I chose UMSL because I had so many great colleagues and friends who had matriculated through various graduate programs at the university. So I was well versed in their museum studies program and had a lot of great colleagues who went through that. And so I was very excited to learn about the PhD in education and the work that they would be doing.
I am so appreciative that we have such a wonderful college and campus where I could finish my undergraduate degree. It is probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life.
I applied there because at the time, the Department of Criminology and Criminal Justice at UMSL was ranked one of the top 5 graduate programs for criminology in the country. It was and continues to be among the nation's top criminology and criminal justice programs.
My most memorable time is probably about now. I am feverishly working on finishing my PhD and had the pleasure of having an advisor, Dr. Matthew Davis.
I would say personally, my most memorable moment is that I met my wife, my future wife, in chemistry department. She was education major at UMSL at the same time as I was, and we have been happily married for more than 35 years now.
There's just so many people, man. There's just so many different people that grace their eyes, their hands, their blessings on me throughout my experience at UMSL that I spend all you all's time naming them all.
The amount of scholars that we have teaching the courses really encourages every semester. I'm always looking forward to seeing like what brilliant person I can be in their classroom.
So how the UMSL program prepared me professionally. Getting a doctoral degree was something I always had on my to-do list. And as healthcare has changed, and especially the nursing profession, more and more of my employees are doctorally prepared. So as the senior leader for our organization for nurses, I really felt that I needed to model the educational preparation that we were expecting of our staff.
I learned early on, particularly through Jody Miller, that the work we do is not just so that we as academics can speak to other academics, but really trying to make impact in the world that we live in.
Going to UMSL, I was able to see people that didn't look like me, people that didn't grow up in the same circumstances as me, people that had different ideals. And that was one of the best things ever that happened to me.
Oh my goodness. So when I first heard that I was nominated for this award, I cried. What a high honor to be even nominated for such an award from the university that has given me so much.
Actually, frankly, quite amazed. I thought it was maybe a mistake and they had somebody else, but it is truly was something I wasn't expecting. But just to be, I have known some of the other distinguished alumni, and it is to be in that company is truly remarkable.
It was really humbling and certainly an honor to learn that I was the recipient of this award.
I'm recognized for what the transformation that getting my degree at UMSL caused in me, that now is impacting the greater individuals, the people that I serve in my work, my family, the community.
And I also thought about the other people who had received it prior to me, and just knowing that I'm in such great company of movers, shakers, and most importantly, change makers in the St. Louis region.
Sometimes I have doctoral students who are, or even undergraduate students who want to apply to grad school, and I'll point them to UMSL, or even doctoral students who are on the market. And if UMSL has an opening, I'll point them to consider going there as well, just because of the great memories that I have when I was a student at UMSL.
There's not a part of my life that's not been touched by UMSL and my relationships there.
A trident to me means resilience, love, honor, and pride.
As we heard from Chancellor Sobolik, we recently renamed and branded two of our most important giving societies. The Good Society, previously known as the Pierre Laclede Society, is a group that recognizes loyal and consistent donors who commit $1,000 or more annually. In past years, members of the Good Society would wear their gold ribbons and be asked to stand in the audience for recognition. Now, we won't make you stand up in your own living rooms if you don't want, or maybe you do. In either case, know that we extend our deepest gratitude. I would like to turn it over to Sharon Fenolio, Associate Vice Chancellor for University Advancement. As an UMSL Triton herself, receiving her MBA last December, Sharon is a dedicated steward to all UMSL donors.
Thank you, Jennifer. The 1963 Society, one of our cornerstone giving societies, commemorates the year of UMSL's founding and acknowledges donors who have invested in the university's future through their planned gifts. Such gifts create a legacy which shapes the future of our students and sustains our institution. The Chancellor's Circle, formerly known as the Auguste Chateau Society, honors those who have given generously to prepare the university, but more importantly, our students, for an equally bright and prosperous future. This group of extraordinary philanthropists allow UMSL to provide transformative education through their individual commitments of $100,000 or more in their lifetime. What an enormous responsibility to be entrusted as stewards of these incredible gifts from so many remarkable individuals and organizations within both of these societies. We are grateful that we have your trust. It is truly a privilege and an honor to work in partnership with you to transform lives. To those of you in the 1963 Society and the Chancellor's Circle, from all of us here at UMSL, we extend our deepest gratitude. For those entering or advancing to a new milestone in these societies, we would like to take a few minutes to recognize and celebrate your extraordinary philanthropy during this past year. We are pleased to welcome the following members to our 1963 Society: Jacqueline Appelt, Regine Braun, Salvatore Camato, Janice Dumars, Sally Flum, Deborah Godwin, John Robertson Jones, Anita Malincrot, Edmund Woodbury. We are pleased to welcome the following members at the $100,000 to $249,000 level of the Chancellor's Circle: Jacqueline Appelt, Suzanne and Bo Brower, Catherine Cochran and Joel Glassman, CSI Leasing Inc., Hope Edison, Patricia Lenz Jones, Kristen Sobolik and Scott Peterson, the Jane and Bruce Robert Charitable Foundation, Thermo Fisher Scientific Inc., Stacy and Michael Winchester. We are pleased to welcome the following new members to the $250,000 to $499,000 level of the Chancellor's Circle: Jane Gleason, Deborah Godwin. We are pleased to welcome the following advancing members to the $250,000 to $499,000 level of the Chancellor's Circle: Mark and Peggy Holly, James and Mary Lou Kruger, the United Way of Greater St. Louis. We are pleased to welcome the following advancing members to the $500,000 to $999,000 Chancellor's Circle level: Connie and Dan Burkhart, Barbara Combe. We are pleased to welcome the following advancing members to the $2,500,000 to $4,999,000 level: Amarin, Missouri, Edward Jones. We are pleased to welcome the following members to the $5 million level of the Chancellor's Circle: Laura and Norman Eaker. Thanks to all of you, and congratulations. I now have the great privilege to present the university's most prestigious award, the 2021 E. Desmond and Mary Ann Lee Award for Philanthropy, to George and Melissa Paz. George and Melissa are simply stellar examples of those who benefit from their college education and go on to reinvest their valuable time and financial resources with the university. Currently serving as chair of UMSL's Chancellor's Council, George never doubts the value of his UMSL education. Like many students, George worked his way through the University of Missouri St. Louis to get into the business world. Later, he climbed the corporate ranks to become chairman and CEO of Express Scripts, a Fortune 20 company. George and Melissa are working to ensure other students have access to some of the same opportunities. Last year, they committed $4 million to support scholarships to UMSL students, representing the single largest gift in the university's history. In total, their cumulative giving surpasses a remarkable $5 million. George has maintained a strong connection with UMSL since he graduated, even relocating Express Scripts' corporate headquarters onto UMSL's North Campus in 2007. Additionally, under George's leadership, Express Scripts has served as the primary benefactor for the Bridge Program's Saturday Academy, which serves high school students across the St. Louis region, in addition to supporting internships, academic programs, diversity initiatives, and community betterment projects that have continued after George's tenure with the company ended. We are so thankful for George and Melissa's generosity on behalf of our students. Because of them, even more people, including many from disadvantaged backgrounds, will get to experience the transformative power of a college education. They, in turn, will join the legions of UMSL graduates helping to shape the future of the St. Louis region and beyond. Thank you, George and Melissa.
I started school in 1973. Many of my classmates never went to school. The Vietnamese War had just ended, and the world was in a state of turmoil, not unlike today. I decided to go to college because I wanted to make a difference. My brother had gone to UMSL, and it was an opportunity for me to change where my life was headed. Unlike many UMSL students, I quit 2 years in. I thought I wanted to go to college, but believe me, it's not as easy as you might think. It's hard to stay focused while you have to work full-time, working over 40 hours a week, going to school, had a girlfriend, everything else going on. It was not easy. UMSL did everything they could to make that work. I quit for 3 years and decided that wasn't all it was meant to be either. Having a job without a degree did not offer a lot of opportunity. I came back to UMSL. Smartest thing I ever did in my life. UMSL provided me that educational base and the ability to turn my life around and make a significant difference in the St. Louis region and in this country. Thank you, UMSL. You know, we all have a chance in our life to make a difference. We can do it through our work, we can do it through our actions, but very importantly, we can do it through our philanthropy. It is very important that to the extent that we've been successful and had an opportunity to make a difference, we should play that forward. We should continue to help others get the same opportunities we got. These days, the economic conditions are uncertain. The volatility of economic cycles is huge, and universities and other charitable organizations need the financial support of the community. UMSL is critically important to our community as it trains the workforce of our future. We need to all share with the university and with our resources in order to help produce that next generation of workers and provide an opportunity for the next generation to get the same levels of success as we've achieved.
Thank you, George and Melissa, for your continued involvement, financial support, and leadership across the University of Missouri St. Louis. Again, we are so fortunate that Express Scripts stepped up to underwrite a large part of Founders Celebration this year. Because of their generosity, we can focus on creating more opportunities for scholarship giving. As mentioned earlier, donations from this event will be directed to the UMSL Rise Up Scholarship Fund. These scholarships are critical relief for our UMSL students, those already enrolled and doing their best to keep pushing forward towards graduation, and those future Tritons considering enrollment. Right now, we are calling on you to help us help them. It is possible that you haven't given because your desire to make an impact is overwhelmingly larger than your capacity to give. Please know it's not as much about the amount you give. It is about your participation, your engagement. Just give what you can. Thanks again for being here with us tonight to celebrate the resilience and fortitude of UMSL students, our distinguished alumni, our generous donors, and George and Melissa Paz, the recipients of this year's E. Desmond and Marianne Lee Award for Philanthropy. Thank you for joining us. We are grateful for the time and commitment you give as our UMSL community. This is how we transform lives.